Hello, and welcome back to Joan's Journeys. Today, we are headed to a place where time stands still, the Laws Railroad Museum and Historic Site in Bishop, California. Now, this just isn't a museum, it's a whole preserved town from the 1880s, built around the old Carson and Colorado Railroad. From vintage locomotives and cabooses to blacksmith shops and general stores. Every corner here tells a story of life in the Owens Valley more than a century ago. So hop on board and let's explore this incredible piece of living history together.
All right, well, here we are at the Laws Museum in Bishop, California. And we're going to walk through here, let you take a look around, see what they have. Oh. All right. Hello, how are you? Good. I got a nice little visitor center here with all kinds of different gifts they have. If you're a collector of bears. All right. I love to smash penny. I always got to get a smash penny wherever I go. All right, Indian Candy Bank Vault. That's cool. Well, we're gonna walk through here, the photography room. Wow, what a collection of cameras. So many cameras. There's really cool photos in here. In the trading post. What do we got in here? Lights came on. All kinds of miscellaneous items.
In this building, you could actually purchase the items that were in this building. It was a pretty cool little shop.
Get yourself a grab bag over there. Couple of semis. They're sort of cool. I like them. Wow. That's really neat. Cool stuff. Old coffee grinder here, or grind whatever kind of products you want. The old safe there. Scale. So many antiques. A lot of people might watch these videos and literally go, oh, I remember that. Yeah, I love stuff like this. Forgotten history. So many people don't have the opportunity to come and look at stuff like this, or have ever even seen any of this stuff, or look at a lot of it and go, I don't even know what that is. Here's a couple taxidermied animal heads up here. We've got a bighorn sheep and a deer there. Over here they got a big old buck. Probably might not be able to see it with the light, but some old skis up there. Wow. Alright, let's go see another building. Look through here. Beautiful little area. I mean, it's really nice. All the grass is real green. Nice little walkway to walk down. Some old wagons over here. Little train that looks like kids could get on or something. All kinds of old saddles and brands. Branding irons. Look at all the different patterns that each brand would have made for the different ranches. And these vintage old saddles. This is actually, this wagon here is a hearse. Yeah, look at that. And there's even a coffin in the back. Horse drawn. All these brand markings for each different ranch. Yeah, it's really cool stuff in here. A lot of history. Look at someone made a wire 21 mule team, all made out of wire. It looks like maybe some kind of bob wire or something like that. All right, well, here we are, and we're watching them do a little maintenance on one of the trains. It looks like they're actually painting the outer surface of the boiler. And
howdy y'all, how are you?
good, how are you today?
Doing well. Okay.
What type of paint do you use on the boiler there?
You know, I'm not exactly sure what the brand is. This is the thing that was recommended to us by our head engineer.
All right.
John Schoenfeld, and John has got us. After we descaled all the rust that we could off of it, we're applying a preservative right now. So it's supposed to like stop the rusting process, preserve the metal, and we have a gentleman coming on October 20th to perform an ultrasonic boiler test.
Okay.
And,
check the pressure of it, see if it's still good and everything like that, huh?
Yeah,
No cracks anywhere or anything?
Find out.
All right, wow, interesting. Could you tell us a little bit about where this engine actually came from, or what?
Yeah, absolutely. This locomotive was manufactured by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1909. After its manufacturing, it was probably loaded onto a standard gauge rail and traveled across the country here towards the Nevada, California, and Oregon Railroad, where it served until I want to say somewhere around the 20s. And then when the NCO was purchased by Southern Pacific and those rails were standardized up there, this locomotive was moved down to the Carson, Colorado, which is the rail that goes from Mound House, Nevada down to Keeler.
Okay.
Just 100 or so miles south of us. And for the last 35 to 40 years of its life, it spent running down this narrow gauge rail. The last section of narrow gauge rail in this area actually ran right here from Laws to Keeler, and that's where this locomotive ended its life.
Now, what was it hauling? Was it hauling ore out of Keeler? Or?
There was the silver ore that came out of Keeler. I'm pretty sure mostly went on a ferry across the lake towards Los Angeles to be refined. But anything and everything that came out of the mountains between Mound House and there all went down that way. Absolutely.
On the rail, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all kinds of farm implements here, dozers. That was quite interesting that we had the opportunity to sit and speak with the gentleman and him to talk about the train and what it hauled and everything else. We were really lucky that the lady came out and goes, "Hey, if you guys want to see something cool, come check this out." And we're like, all right. So we went with her, and yeah, she really showed us the train and talked about it and everything like that. It was really interesting to sit and speak with those people. We don't have opportunities like that too often to be able to see that kind of stuff. And when you have those opportunities, you have to take that opportunity whenever you can to see stuff that you never ever would see. Well, I thought I'd show you the wishing well. I thought that was sort of cool. I always love one of those old blacksmith shops. You wouldn't believe the stuff that they made back in those days. They were all made by hand. Now everything's just made in factories. Cool car with some gas pumps and oil pumps.
This place is massive. We spent a couple of hours here and we still did not get to go through every single building. We're definitely going to have to come back and do that. This place is amazing.
Old billows. Old shear to shear metal. Grinding wheels. Tongs. And that old sharpening grinding wheel. You had to get on there and get your pedal on. Wow, that billow is just massive back there. There's a press. If you're ever here in Bishop, California, I fully recommend coming and seeing this place. I mean, there's just, the antiques are unreal. All the different stuff that they have. Wow. Well, here's the auto repair shop. Wow, all the old highway signs. We got the car in here. Oil cans all in the back. Well, look in here. Old tractor. These look like some old balers or something. Some type of harvesters. So, someone's little homestead here. A little miner's cabin. Got the stove in there. Some cooking stuff. I don't know. I'll have to walk back here and take a look. Well, it's like a one-bedroom condo here. Got some boots down on the floor. Dang guy couldn't even pick up his boots off the floor. Well, here's all kinds of old combustion motors. Engines, not motors, engines. Wow, look at that massive drill press. Belt-driven dinosaur. Wow. A Budweiser wagon. That was at one point in time probably pulled by Clydesdales. It actually still says Budweiser on the side of it and everything. And it has the Anheuser-Busch emblem up there. Yeah, I did get the truck wagon over there. Yeah, that's a really awesome. Would have never thought there was so much here to see. There's just a smell in the air right now. A buggy here. Alright, look at that. Oil. Boy, there's some old wagons sitting up in here. Look at that. And that's really cool here too. An old sled that would have been pulled by dogs or horses or whatever. It's big. That is a really big snow sled. Here's a little tiny wagon. Some more up here. Boy, that sure is a big one. If you were getting pulled in some horses and you were riding up there, that's probably, geez, 8 feet in the air, maybe more. You'd be high up, or that'd be some really big horses pulling that. I mean, it's hard to imagine that horses would have pulled these big carts. And I'm sure oxen's too. That is just massive. I mean, now the paint job on this thing is just beautiful. Swans along there. Wonder what it was used for. Little tractor up in here. And here's an old sleigh there. That'd have been fun in the old days to have a horse pulling you down through the snow, down a road like that. That'd have been a lot of fun. All right, until we get to the next one, we'll show you what we see there. All right, look here. Old backpack for military mules to carry ammunition and bombs and stuff like that. Mules have done everything over the years. Those ore carts, like I said, it's unbelievable that an animal would pull such a huge cart such as that. I mean, they are just massive.
And then for them to be loaded down with like borax.
Oh yeah, you can imagine filled all with ore of rock and stuff like
I
that.
think that these carry borax. There's something right here stating. Just remember like the 20 mule team.
Yeah, that's a 20 mil team, and that's what they're showing. And then they would have had to carry a whole tank of water just so they could take it and give the mules water throughout the trip. I mean, when you look at the size of these wheels here and just the overall size of these whole carts, they are huge. And the tank that they would have carried water in right there. All right. Well, let's show you some more. All right, well, here we are. We're inside the bottle house. And all these bottles everywhere. I like how they've hung them up like that. That's really cool. It'd be really nice in your house to do a really cool bottle display like that. Let's walk in here and get some more bottles they have. All these glass electrical insulators. They have quite a collection of bottles up in here. A little area where it looks like they would have had set up for tea. Have a little tea party with all the tea sets in here. Every color, blue glass and green glass and amber and red and wow. Some really big glass insulators down there. Take a look in here. These little perfume bottles. This Law Railroad Museum, I mean, there's so many buildings to go through and look at all this stuff. That's a really cool thing up there. That's a fire bulb there. And it would have been used back in the day, like if there was a fire or something and it got so hot, that would have blew up and sprayed it with whatever fluid or water was inside there to try to extinguish the fire.
Thanks for coming along with us on this journey through the Laws Railroad Museum. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more journeys ahead. See you next time.